Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wintry landscape of Scotland. It was kind of unplanned, we didn't even know it would be snowy up the glens, but here we are, we're out for an adventure. Once again we're joined by Highlander 87 and we're away to check out a piece of abandoned history never seen before on the channel. Yeah, it's like it is starting to snow here in the land. We're basically parked right at the top of Glenisla here, and round the corner it's like Fort or Castle and stuff like that, but down near the road's edge we noticed a piece of abandoned history. There's a wee strip of forest and there's some sort of stone construction in there. It's either an ice house or a lime kiln, and it could have been related to like Fort or whatever back in the day, but it's cool to come on today's video and document it and see what is here. And what better place for a winter adventure than Glenisla in this incredible landscape. Check it out folks, now we can see the incredible view looking down Glenisla, and the historical wonder should be in these trees here at the left hand side. This is Mount Blair up ahead of us on the horizon, and I think there is a snowstorm brewing on the top of it. It's just such an incredible landscape out here. Check it out here folks, we've made it to the edge of this historical wonder, and like you can see where it's built here with the stone. Probably constructed back in the 1700s or whatever, I believe, depending on what it is here. Lime kilns were invented apparently in the early 1700s, but probably developed in the late 1600s. Look how this is built with the incredible natural stone here. Yeah, look, it's like a massive lime kiln, I believe. Do you think this is the lime kiln they used to build parts of Fort or Castle at a certain time? A few miles up the road from here folks, in the lands up towards Auchevan, there's actually an area where the Redcoats camped back in the times of the Highland clearances. And there's still a circle of stones up there to tell the story of the history where they kept their horses and stuff overnight. And it's incredible to see history from all different time periods in an area like Glenisla. But for an entrance like this at the front of a lime kiln, I've never seen it so big. Look how massive these stones are, the lintels above the opening. These were used to cook the limestone until they turned it into a powdered form, which was often used for making mortar in their early cement, like when they were making buildings. It was limestone mortar they used. And then also they used to spread it on the fields to increase the lime content of the soil and get better yields. So quite commonly in Scotland these lime kilns are all over the place, but this one just seems so massive considering that the stonework goes way back almost to the road from here, probably a good like 15 foot long. And yeah, there was a lot of heat and stuff generated in these places. That is incredible to see that, and it is just so largely constructed. I just love to see it folks, history that we've never documented on the channel, and then the wee stories just related to the wild Scottish glen. To see the size of this construction here and how it stood the test of time. Now the snow's falling through these trees, and that's the wintry scene that we're greeted with on today's video. I just love bringing you new history, and I'm always blown away. There's so much new history to be seen. Look, you can actually see the true form here. So from the top of this construction here you can see the internal circular chamber of the lime kiln, and this makes it conclusive that that's what this is. Yeah, it's mad how big the actual construction is, but I'm not sure if they had it so they could bring a horse and cart in, and it was maybe easy to load it up and unload it. But they would have had their wood in there like burning, and then above it put the limestone. And it is super interesting to see it with the big stones above the lintel. Look at the size of them here, the construction. And then round at this side is the Fort or Castle, which was restored back to its former glory. Now a private residence. Many years ago it was destroyed and busted down to the ground like so many of the other Scottish castles we visit on the channel. So it is good to see one that's been restored. And then to think about this sort of history as well, it's just cool from so many different angles. And I've never seen one that's this large. That's how it's cool to come today and just see it. And think about the amount of times I've probably driven up here on other adventures, and even just for a hurl about in the car, didn't even know this was here. Last week we were coming up and Highlander actually spotted it. I just thought to myself, it's cool to come back and document it, especially at this time of year when everything's quite like died back for the winter. In the summer obviously this is often overgrown, bushes and shrubs. Yeah, the size of this, look at the stones folks, they must have been good at constructing things, the people that built this. I'm not sure what they had for like mortar originally on the outer surface, maybe limestone mortar as well. Ah, that could be the original track at the top, and then this will be the layout here. It is a pretty cool angle here of the history. Wow, never documented before folks, probably never seen before on YouTube. That's the kind of little historical places we'll have to bring you. Now the snow's on actually pretty heavy. Yeah, you can see it on the lie of the land there, eh? Wow, it's maybe the old track before the current main road. Yeah, it is interesting, it's a fair area here. Anyway folks, it's been a short one, but something different, and that's what we're all about on this channel. History of Scotland, never documented before. I'm coming through this fence and it's no easy folks. We've made it, yes. Out into the wintry glen here. And apparently that little Button Ben cottage up there, that's the cottage where on Our Willie and the Browns, the famous Scottish comic book for back in the day, they used to go and stay at a Button Ben up on the hill, and apparently that's the Button Ben that it was based on. So that's an interesting local theory of history as well. Just look at the snow, eh? It's gone quite heavy now. The weather's changed so much. That'll be the snowstorm that was over Mount Blair a minute ago. I was just saying to Highlander there folks, we need to get a couple of sledges here for the channel, and they do sell them in the local garden centre, and I think I'll get a couple of sledges and we'll have an episode when we're out on the hills hitting some slopes on the sledge, see if we can get some speed up. Hey, a bit of fun on that. It's only now and again in Scotland you get bad snow nowadays. Back in the day, apparently in like the 1960s and stuff, it used to be crazy in the winter and you could hardly even like get down the road or go anywhere in the winter. There used to be drifts 20 foot high and the like, so we're kind of lucky nowadays just having this little couple of inches. What a scene of winter here in Scotland. And yeah, we're going to end it here folks, we're just about back at the car. It's been a fun one, and literally we've documented another bit of history that we hadn't before, and I just love exploring things like that and seeing what's there from a time in history. And it was interesting to see the way they had the wee area at the top, which they probably loaded the limestone on and off their carts. You could just think of the horse and carts at that time trundling up and down the roads here. And they are incredible roads. You can see how this one waves round. It's like some mad rally track. There is also other interesting places in Glenisla, like the Catering Trail here, walking trails that go all over Scotland. You just kind of follow these green signs, and often you get signs like this as well. And as long as you follow the arrows, you can normally just pretty much go all over the landscape. Anyway, we're back to the car folks. I'm ending it here. Goodbye from me, goodbye from Highlander 87, and we'll catch you very soon for the next adventure, wherever we end up going.